What's up, everyone? How's it going? This is Cheech here, back again with P2P money lending. That's right. But this time we're going to check out funding societies. As a matter of fact, we're going to look at my portfolio performance, which had been ongoing for close to 2 years because I started at early May. So now is around February. So actually not 2 years to be exact, but it's around 1 year and 10 months if my calculations are right. So anyhow, let's have a look. So as you can see here, the balance cash that I have at the moment is around 32 ringgit. So the amount of money that I've put in thus far for close to 2 years is just actually 1975. And total invested here refers to the amount that has been continuously pumped in from the returns itself, and thus leading to it like 12,610 here. Be aware that this is not returns of cost. If not, this would be like a Ponzi scheme or something. But anyhow, this 12,610 comes from, matter of fact, how do I explain this? So for example, I've thrown in like around 2k. So let's say the interest is around 2,100 ringgit. So after I invested in 2,000 worth, I get back 2,100. So it's 2,100 combined with the 2,000 give me like a total invested amount for the time being 4,100 ringgit. So as we keep adding on and on, as in more returns come in and we reinvest it into the platform, that gives us the total invested amount. This annualized portfolio performance, 9.4%, comes from the averaging of all the notes that you have invested in so far. Actually, not so far, but basically the notes that you are investing in at the moment, like what is the expected return that you're having for the next year, which is why it's in per annum. So it's at 9.4%. I also checked with the funding societies staff on this, so this doesn't include the service fee. So there's actually 3 kinds of notes. So assuming that we are going with the typical service fee of like 2% per annum, so my net return will be around 7.4%. And I've not withdrawn anything at the moment. So yeah, that's about it for me so far. So what's cool about this is that if you actually go down here to this portfolio graph, you can actually see the comparison between your investment, the best investor's investment. So best investor represents the returns from this person's portfolio. So this investor is the best among all investors on the platform. This is his or her returns throughout the past year. And over here is the Autobot. So if I turn this on, so it will be the purple one. So Autobots, I think I'll bring you to the lower part where you have a definition of it. So the Autobot, as explained here, is a virtual account. It invests the minimum amount, which is 100 ringgit, for every loan that goes online on funding societies. So that would mean that, as we see here, invested loans 2860. So that will mean that this Autobot has invested 100 ringgit in each of this 2,860 loans. So that will mean a staggering amount of 286,000 had been invested inside this. And I'm not too sure whether, okay, it says virtual account. I'm not sure whether they actually use this bot to invest in to see what the returns are, and also whether any defaults were encountered for this Autobot's returns. But let's assume there weren't any defaults, right? Okay, and then by putting in 286,000, it's actually earned back 102,000. So that would actually be a return of around, let's see, let me calculate that, 36% actually. It's actually quite huge. So for those of you not acquainted to ROI, let's see. It's basically the amount of returns you have over the initial investment that you made times 100%. So 102,281.25 divided by 286,000 and you multiply it by 100%. So as you can see here, it's 35.76, which rounds off to 36%. Alright, that's it. So that's for the Autobot. And for the best investor, this person obviously has tons amount of cash to have a return of like around 300k at the beginning of 2019, actually mid 2019, no sorry, beginning, and to actually have a staggering amount of 488k in terms of returns in February. So how much does this translate to in terms of returns? Well, actually, we can't calculate the ROI percentage because we don't know whether this investor actually invested 100 ringgit in every of those notes. Actually, even if this investor invested 100 ringgit in every one of these 1,349 notes, that would just only be 134,900, which doesn't make sense. But anyhow, yeah, that's the brief overview of this graph here. So seeing how my graph is quite flat since I don't have a lot of capital like that, let's just turn these two off and have a look at mine. So yeah, I started off with around 200 ringgit returns in March 2019. I actually started early in 2018, but somehow it doesn't allow me to go back to the past 2 years. So as you can see, it's actually gradually rising, which is kind of cool. I initially thought that the returns would actually be kind of like fluctuating up down like the share market, because there were actually defaults reported for the platform. I actually had some as well. I'll show you in a while more. But before we go on to the defaults, the returns, things like that, let's look at the rough summary in terms of figures. So total income for me at the moment is around 905 ringgit and 40 cents. Actually pretty decent considering I only put in like around 2k at the start. My interest received is actually 511. Early interest would be if the person who borrowed money pays earlier, so there's like a penalty for that. So yeah, that's the early interest. Late interest would be the other way around, where the person pays late and there's also a penalty on that. Bonus received would be due to referral. So yeah, I've collected these over time by pitching it to friends, family members, to acquaintances, people here and there. Total expenses, on the other hand, would be the service fee charged by funding societies, as a matter of fact, since because they are the middle person channeling funds from us investors to people who need money. So they take a cut from us and also from people who borrow us money. And GST, on the other hand, is zero because it was only effective back then, 2018, I remember, but then it was abolished when the new government took over. So this component here is zero. And net income is basically the total income minus total expenses to get the amount. So yeah, one thing to take note of is not to be skewed by this thing here, so because this is referral. So if we were to just take a look at purely interest received, my ROI, my return on interest, would just be, let's see, 511.15 divided by, earlier was 1975, multiplied by 100. So my ROI would be 25.88, which is almost 26%. But then again, because this amount here actually resulted from the investment of this amount into the notes, so actually no, that wouldn't be like a correct amount. So the correct calculation would instead actually be this whole amount instead. So 905.4 divided by 1975 times 100, which is around 46% ROI, which is actually not too bad, right? That's it, regardless of your calculation. I think based on the trend here, we can tell that it's actually pretty gradual, so that's a good sign. And just to prove my case that I actually started in 2018 May, as you can see here, I deposited a few times, but I started off with the minimum 1,000 to open the account before I started putting in a few hundred here and there. And I decided that, yeah, let's just give this an experiment over 1-2 years to see how it goes. But at the moment, as you can tell from the, what do you call this thing here, the initial return without calculating the service fees is actually pretty decent as compared to your typical FD, which just gives you around 3 to 4% a month. So this is around triple of that, of the returns you're getting from FD, which is one of the benchmarks you use in the investment world. So yeah, that was like a brief summary on my P2P money lending portfolio on funding societies. So in part 2 after this, after this video, I'll be actually going through on the other tabs on the website as well. And I may be considering other things like going through my other portfolios in
B2B FinPal, another player, as well as Fantastic as well. So yeah, do let me know in the comments, if you want to like look for other content for me, my site, because I actually do share stationery and things like that. So yeah, do let me know in the comments. And apart from that, yeah, I'll be attaching my referral code as well for funding societies if any of you are interested. If you have any other questions on, how the experience has been, what the defaults are, things like that, just, let me know as well in the comments. Yeah, and as usual, if you like this video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and share it out, and do subscribe. Thank you. Catch you next time.